Right, okay. So what about this? Obviously, last week we did review all the previous weeks. I'm not going to talk that much specifically about like the last week of LEC and the Vitality. We already did all that stuff. Spoiler, Vitality and Astralis. Like Astralis, you're done. See you in 2023. And apparently they might also be trying to sell the slot again, is the rumor. Yeah. And then for Vitality, well, we'll just see how the groups play out. Like if the groups play out right, we'll see you in the championship thing, in which case, I don't know, your punishment must be more severe, or whatever the fuck Bane said. Like what's going on with that? Like, not until you're eliminated from the championship finals, then you have my permission to die upset. Like, fucking hell, give you bloody hell. Can it stop, please? Because the beatings will continue until morale improves. Like, please. Like, I can't handle it, mate. So anyway, we're going to put that aside. Because, by the way, I know, Dom, that's the nightmare for me and you. The problem is because we bigged up both Upset and Perks, but separately. Now they're on one team. We've just collected all the haters. It's like we're like at the end of Lord of the Rings. We're just looking out like the entire armies of Mordor, like, holy shit. And then just like, remember, they don't just say, you dick rat. Yeah. Oh, and Bo's all shining thought that. Yeah, and Bo, right? So they don't just say, you dick rat him. They always go like, apologize. When will you admit they are trash? Like, I don't have to. I'm not actually in a cop station right now, guys. You aren't like shining the light in my face. Like, please, can I have a drink? Like, not yet. Not till you answer our questions. Like, admit Upset is trash at League of Legends. And as I've said before, dude, it was actually revealed. Did you see the clip of Perks on his stream since the last episode where he actually reveals, even till the end of this split, Dom, they were like the best scrim team. They were beating even Fnatic and G2 the majority of the time. Even at the end, I'm not talking before. Apparently, they were still just smurfing in scrims. So there's no way the players are bad. It's obviously the team is bad, and obviously they can't play officials.
Yep, that's exactly the angle I take. People are like, apologize and tell me that Upset is bad, and I just like I just say Vitality is bad. That's really what fucking triggers people. That is the comment that makes people just want to absolutely wring your throat. But you know what? I mean, I stand by the fact that I think the players are mechanically talented. I think that they're good players. And yeah, I mean, it is confusing that the team ended up playing so poorly together, because even when you look at like the match of personalities, Perk should ideally be the perfect player to play with somebody like Upset. Like Upset needs the guy that's more of like the leader, the locker room guy, and he can just focus on his role and be like proficient. But for some reason, it just went absolutely fucking terribly. And yeah, I think that the disparity between their scrim performance and stage performance, it definitely was wearing on the teams. Because I talked to other people that played against them, and they're like, yeah, they beat our ass all the time. These are teams in group stage that thought Vitality was just one of the best teams in LEC. They couldn't believe that they were actually playing this bad on stage. So it's really like a just failure for the ages. And I mean, it's something that you would think a Perks team would never go through. Normally, Perks teams are like mentally strong. That is one of like the best qualities of having him on the roster, because he's somebody who lightens the mood. He's like, yeah, whatever. Like, we're shit now. We'll get him next week. He has so much confidence. It kind of rubs off on the team. But this time it did not work.
And also, I'll just throw this out there. I even heard, even after they finished 10th, that Selfmade on his stream said that he actually still thinks Upset, like, maybe Noah's the best, but Selfmade's like, said Upset would be the best ADC after him still, and he doesn't care he's 10th. And that says a lot, guys, because Selfmade's a piece of shit.
So, okay, Jesus.
Just putting that out there. For you this one, right? Yeah, don't worry. I'll figure out an angle to get more on that in the future. But I don't like to, here's the thing. I do like to talk shit, but I like to actually have information before I do that. So it's all good. That's why Monty nailed this years ago, Dom. He even said, why would you ever antagonize people like Richard Lewis and Thorin when they're investigative journalists and they could just investigate you? It's like, it's right. Because I'll tell you what, mate. One thing that'll motivate the hell out of you to really go and like track down stories, old teammates, is if some idiot's just talking shit publicly about you, like just going off on the mouth. Like, you know what? I always give this analogy. People know the movie Heat. It's like, I'll make time for Wayne Grow. It's like, you know what, mate? I was going to the airport, but fuck it, I've got half an hour. I'll make time to go and fucking hunt you down, put on my cap, get the fucking pocket square, the pen and the paper, the raincoat, go on in the street. It was a cold, dark night in the LEC, but I had to know what that piece of shit Selfmade was going to do next. So I hit his old haunts, Vitality. And then I go, it's like, hey, babe, what you doing here? Tell me about that Polish jungler. Well, he's out at the moment delivering pizzas. Yeah, not now, obviously, homie. I mean, when he used to play professional League of Legends, like, whatever, anyway. And spoiler, I don't give a fuck. That's fire there. And also, I have heard this bomb is absolutely just like, I am from Poland, so I am Bing chilling on this giant contract. I get paid to not play League of Legends. Like, in some ways, Selfmade, you were always paid to not play League of Legends. But enough about Vitality back in the day. I could do this all day. That's another thing.
Yep.
Why don't you ever antagonize me? I'm straight fire at roasting. I just start heating. And then they're just like, let him cook. So enough about that. But then again,
I mean,
the only time you're let him cook is when they prepare the fucking pizzas. And then you're like, Uber Eats delivery here. Is the double pepperoni available? And they're like, I think you've had enough German sausage, homie.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, though, he is delivering those pizzas from Midlife Crisis, your restaurant. So
there you go. He got me.
He's got me. That was where he got you, so.
That really showed me, because I know you must hate this. I love banter, by the way. If someone actually does a clever banter back to me, I'll even credit him, like, that's fucking funny, actually. Dude, that was so shit banter, because he had to accept my premise that he's a bomb-ass delivery boy for pizza to say that it's from my restaurant, Midlife. And by the way, in that analogy,
then you own him.
I own the restaurant, you idiot. Like, a successful business owner, you're just delivering my pizzas. Like, that just shows how pros. Y'all have just been living in this bubble for too long where everyone tells you you're the king. Because if you think you won that exchange, like, that's an L. You just stepped on a rake, it went in your face. You're like, you've got a rake in your face. I didn't know, did I? I didn't know, bro. So anyway, let's get into this episode. So obviously I promised last week what we'll do differently. Because this also, if you don't know why we do so many two-man episodes, it's also because sometimes it's fun to have the coach to get like inside info on the other team from scrims or what they're doing. But it does to some degree block you just actually having the real convo of like, right, like they put in all the disclaimers and they never, even if you know privately think someone's shit, they're never going to flame them. They're going to be like, we're having challenges in that team. And I think, that maybe he'll need to improve on this, which just means he's shit and can't do this. See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, be a pleb and don't.